every teacher wants to make more money. Focus on the things that are common ground, which that is common ground. So unfortunately, in most environments, you do have, this group of activists that are there in the union, they're there in the district because they embody what the craziness that the union tries to push.
If you were to look at a map, the electoral map of Florida, most of it's red. I happen to be in one of the blue counties. So it's so embedded, though. You talk about trying to find some sort of common ground, and there is none. Not on the school board, not in the teachers union, and quite frankly, a lot of the teachers. So when you're in that much of a minority, where do you start?
Opt out?
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not a member. I've not been a member of a union at all. But I mean, like, I know that there are other teachers who are only in the union because of the fear of retribution, or the discounts at local restaurants. But where do we start? Where do we start to get that ball rolling?
What district are you in?
Alachua County.
Alachua County. Okay.
Gainesville, University of Florida.
Yeah. Okay.
Go Gators.
Go Gators. Okay. That one got me thrown off a little. No. Sorry. Horns up, buddy. Anyway, no. So where you start is what unites you. Again, like I said just a second ago, every teacher wants to make more money. Focus on the things that are common ground, which that is common ground. So unfortunately, in most environments, you do have, this group of activists that are there in the union, they're there in the district because they embody what the craziness that the union tries to push. And it may be a little bit worse in a college town like Gainesville. Like that mentality may be a little bit more permeated through the community than a lot of other places in Florida. But again, it doesn't mean that it's not achievable. It may take more time, in a place like that where, you have to slowly work your way up. But the good news is like you can see, with the state of Florida, I don't have the numbers for Alachua off the top of my head, but, with the bill that passed in Florida a couple years ago, they have to file recertification every year. And now that they don't have the benefit of payroll deduction, the membership has dropped off substantially. And you can see who was afraid to opt out just because they didn't want to put themselves out there, and those people just didn't sign back up. And then so you got a better reference as to like what the who would still be in the union for this. And yes, there are people that are in it because they feel like they need some kind of protection, which in the state of Florida you actually don't need liability insurance because the state provides that to you. A lot of teachers don't know that. So you can start by sharing things like that. But I would suggest start with a couple of buddies. Matt talked about getting people together. Like one of the tests that I love putting people, to see if, we've got a good, strong person to lead a decertification effort is like, hey, I'll fly down there. Let's take 10 of your buddies out for free beers. If you can't bring 10 buddies out for free beers, you're not the guy. So that's a good place to start.
Also, para-eds, classified school employees, if they're covered by the same contract or has the same union as the teachers union, which it is the case in many states, my experience has been they opt out in droves. In fact, some districts, you can tell who's a union member just simply by asking them, are you a teacher or a para-ed? Because most of the classified school employees are not union members in many states, in many areas, because what they're getting out of their contracts is not worth paying the union dues, and they just don't get the attention. So I would say, if that's the case for you, focus there, build support there for a decertification campaign, and build an army right there.